everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Mommy Making Money Moves. So glad that you are here today. This is really a very exciting episode as we get into the busyness of life, right? And how to be able to put ourselves in the position of maintaining a healthy lifestyle in the process. So if this is your first time on the podcast on YouTube, first and foremost, welcome to paradise. So glad that you're here. Make sure you go ahead and you subscribe, like, and share, right? Because sharing is caring. And we want to make sure that what we're doing is aligned in the plan and purpose. And so I have today, oh my gosh, I have this amazing, truly amazing mom. She's a busy mom. She's a wife. She's a mom. She's a business owner, not just one, two, several different businesses that she owns, as well and maintaining a healthy lifestyle for herself and her family. And when I say she's focused, she is about not just your physical, but also your mental as well. Right. So make sure, as I said, if you haven't done so already, go ahead, get your little favorite cup of coffee or tea, whatever it is that you need, so you can listen in, right? And so or water, right? So we need to make sure we stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
As well. But I have Coach Amarri. She is here. She's going to introduce herself. And I can tell you guys, you're going to be in for a true treat, because she has some gems that she's going to be sharing with you. So as we get into this conversation, Coach Amarri, welcome.
Hello. Thank you, Teacher Mel, for having me. It's
Absolutely.
such an honor. Definitely. We've been working together and it's been so great. Yes, I am Coach Amarri, a busy mom, health coach. I do, like she said, multiple businesses where I'm still able to balance and juggle multiple responsibilities. However, I again help you all focus on your bodies and your minds and your spirit and to help you succeed on this journey of wellness. Yes, so I'm very excited to be here and thank you for having me.
Oh, well, we are so thankful to have you here as well. So let's go ahead and get in these questions, right? We're just friends
Yes,
here,
ma'am.
having a conversation, guys, because we know when we can feel comfortable and just like this, there is no fluff. What you see is what you get, because we are busy
Yes,
moms,
ma'am.
right? And so we want to in this space so we can support you on this journey. So one of the questions we ask is, busy moms often juggle multiple responsibilities, right? In your experience, what are the most common challenges that we face trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle for themselves and for the children on top of that?
So for me, the most common within my experience, the most common challenges was for busy moms to be meal prepping throughout the week. I know this. Providing a well-balanced meal,
Okay.
and also packing healthy snacks for school and for work days. Generally, we go out and we buy lunch or we buy food because it's something quick, So, in addition to that, for example, with my son starting middle school last year, the schools sell unhealthy snacks and semi-balanced meals, if you will, that contain harmful ingredients to our bodies. But however, the awareness, they lack the awareness of ingredients and nutrition
Okay.
value,
Gotcha.
So
Uh-huh.
to me, that would be one of the main challenges that they face,
I
definitely,
love
that
what
we
you
all
just
face.
said. I
Mhm.
love what you just said. The awareness, because as you said, they're in school, they sell these unhealthy snacks and what have you, because it's a fundraiser and the
Fundraisers,
kids
yes.
consume it, right? They consume it, but helping them to be accountable with their choices, right? You said, yeah, I help them to be aware of what he's consuming, right? Because eventually
Right.
we're trying to raise independent children so they can make choices on their own. Okay, are you going to get this apple, or are you going to get this bag of chips?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And of course, they're going to choose the chips because the chemicals and the ingredients that are in those foods make us crave them and they make us want them more
Mhm, mhm,
outside of eating something a little healthier that possibly won't fill us up as much, how
mhm,
and probably not as satisfying, depending
mm,
on how you look at it, depending on how you mentally look at it. If you think
mm.
about it, they're like, I love apples, but I would prefer this bag of chips, you know?
Right, 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 right.
So
So something that busy moms need to get into is you also said about meal prepping.
yes, yes, and we'll get into that, a little further down. I do have that
Okay.
in listed down for one of the top things to do, and that doesn't always mean having to put everything in those, portion size
Okay.
containers, going on YouTube YouTube, see, it doesn't also it doesn't contain all that's what people over process the thing when it comes to meal prepping, the boring, "I don't want the rice with the beans and the chicken and the" no, there's plenty of ways that you can meal prep, even if you're just seasoning up your meats and your chickens and stuff and
Mm,
setting them in the refrigerator so that you can cook everything fresh. I cook
mhm.
everything fresh for my family mostly. We don't really do a lot of processed
Yeah.
foods, if you will.
Yes.
So
Mhm,
prepping comes in handy when you've had a really busy day. You're coming in at 6 after sports, or after school and after work. It's easy just to pull it out the fridge, pop it in the oven or pop it in the convection oven and keep it going.
mhm,
So, but
mhm.
yeah, like I said, we'll get further into that.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I'm loving this. Make sure you all, if you have any questions as well, put it in the chat and make some comments. I'm definitely going to be sharing them with her as well. So every mom is unique in her routine, challenges, responsibilities. How do you tailor your wellness program as a health coach? Just going to cater to those individual needs for each mom, while ensuring that they also are benefiting as well as their children.
Okay, so at My Lotus Lifestyle, basically our wellness programs cater to busy moms individually based on their current day-to-day activities. So we'll start with a 15 to 30-minute consult for each individual. And this interview has a series of questions which we convert later into a block schedule, which permits time for starting and maintaining new habits. So these habits ultimately will create positive outcomes that benefit the entire family. So once you pick up on these habits, usually it takes about 28 to 30 days to pick up on a new
Mhm,
habit.
mhm,
So
mhm.
once you've gotten into the habit of doing that, your family, everybody will start feeling less fatigue, having more energy, fewer distractions, and everybody will be more focused and contributing on this wellness journey. Because I don't like to use the word addiction, but health becomes an addiction, and that is a good thing. I want to change the word of addiction because once I started working out and eating healthy, I became addicted to how I was feeling. I love the energy boost that I felt, like being able to wake up earlier to help the kids get ready, not feeling as groggy, being able to take my days out a little longer, not getting tired as earlier in the day, not needing to take a power nap in the middle of the day because I'm up and I'm
Mm,
energized and ready to go.
mhm.
Changing my habits. And I also want moms to feel comfortable and understand that it won't be perfect, but you can do the very best you can, even when it comes with your children, because having to
I like that.
retrain and reprogram your children can take a lot of time,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know. So,
yeah.
and in addition to that, we eat a lot, like what we eat and what we put in our bodies has a drastic effect on how we perform throughout the day. So if we're getting up first thing in the mornings and we're eating bagels and pancakes and French toast, those are meals that are going to make you feel drained and tired in the
Mhm,
next hour or two and even hungry. So what you do is you incorporate foods that will fill you up, things that'll make last longer throughout the day, and again, we spend so much time. People say, well, I don't have time for that. Well, we have to make the time. If you desire to have a particular life, a
yeah.
particular body, and you want your health to be a particular way, you want to be able to reap the benefits of it later.
Mhm.
Um, I always tell people I rather pay for it now. They're always so expensive. Well, I'd rather do this now, the best way I can, rather than later on and having to pay all these medical bills trying to fix what I could have been keeping
Ooh,
in order.
Uh-huh.
Because
Yeah.
what happens is we get to the doctor in our 70s, like, oh, your arteries are blocked. Well, that's from all that grease we were eating for 20 years. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if we keep
Yeah.
that maintained, by the time I've seen, people 95 years old, vegans, vegetarians, not even, you can still eat meat,
Yeah.
people that eat meat, and they look great because of the way they decided to continue with their habits of healthy
Mhm.
eating. And that doesn't mean
Mhm.
something super, super strict, salad and chicken every day. That doesn't mean strict. That just means monitor, monitor people. Okay. So, to make things a little bit more convenient though with the company so that you don't have to do all of that work for yourself,
Yes.
myself and my team will assist with, making things a little bit more convenient by providing tips that include grocery lists. So we'll
Okay.
discuss
Okay.
like what are your likes and dislikes? What are the things that you'd want to try or things that you don't want to try? Also, I
Okay.
do encourage 30-minute little tutorial on how to read and understand nutrition facts
Mhm.
within the class. So then you're able to, when you go to the store, pick up the box, read those first couple. You don't have to sit there and read every single box
Mhm.
from,
Mhm.
top to bottom. However, you'll know how to pick out what you should and shouldn't probably be ingesting in large amounts and be like, ah, man, we probably won't try that. Also portion sizing and different snacks. I provide different ideas and things like that and other places that you can go. Pinterest is my best friend. I love Pinterest. That is one of my favorite.
Absolutely.
And Instagram, they have the best ideas on how to do meals and snacks. Also making sure that you're drinking more water. And we have to also get very creative with the fruits and vegetables. So that's another thing, being creative, not just making broccoli on the side or putting a salad on the side or, or doing corn, which corn is not even a vegetable,
Vegetable.
that is a grain. But again, becoming aware and learning, and all of us, we're all learning every day. So,
Right. Right. I appreciate you sharing that, because oftentimes we think of, oh, I'm going to change my lifestyle, I'm going to be eating salads all day, and but knowing
mhm.
that there's a variety of things that you can do
Writing.
that we don't know, or we choose not to know,
Mhm.
right? Because we like all those foods, the pancakes and all those things.
Yes.
But as you
And
said,
not
okay,
saying you can't eat
right,
those things.
right,
It's
right,
just
right,
saying you can't eat them in large amounts and leave it for a special occasion. And as we like most people say, let's have a couple cheat days. And it's
yeah,
okay to have cheat days. Nothing wrong with that. So long as you're disciplined enough to say, all right, there's not like 5 cheat days in a week and 2 healthy days.
right. That's a cheat day for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and just say,
Cheat day
okay,
for
to my
me.
yeah, it's a cheat day for me. You need that this
Oh
right now.
my
I will
goodness.
make it up for the next couple of for the days. But yeah,
Okay.
you put in some good day. Listen, you heard what you said. Okay, it takes 28 days to 30 days to change a habit. So now it becomes a habit when you choose your wellness. Right, when you choose your wellness and be consistent in it, and she also said it's okay to have cheat days. So
Yes. Cheat days are okay.
yeah, yeah, that's a winner for the family, as they transition into this. And so time is a significant constraint for many mothers. What strategies or shortcuts do you recommend to help moms to maximize their wellness effort for limited time without feeling overwhelmed?
So this one here most definitely hit home for me. I was like, whoo, perfect timing because I myself, as a busy mom, had to kind of take a step back because I too, get overwhelmed and burned out. I'm not gonna
Mm,
say that I don't. It happens. We are human. It happens. So what I do is I require, and when I say I require, that is in all caps, people. I require time for me to regain my mental focus and my physical composure, whether that's a 5 to 10 minute stretch, a brisk walk out in the neighborhood with my dog,
mhm.
sitting in the garden or the yard, for a few minutes just to sit and look at nature, reading a book for a few minutes. There's little inspirational books you can read with little excerpts in there for positivity. I have it in my bookshelf there, so I'll pick that up and read something, anything to, benefit you, to lift your vibrations. Like I sometimes will go on Netflix and catch a little comedy special, just so that I could laugh, because laughter
Mhm.
always brings joy to the heart, even
Yeah.
when you're feeling down and sad. Singing, play some music, you know what I mean? So, anything, like I said, to lift your vibrations and elevate your energy to realign. And if we're unable to take care of our temple, how can we possibly expect our children to thrive? You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
so if we're not taken care of, the children aren't taken care of. So always make that time for you. Some people call it self-care or call it mental realigning.
Right.
And it's easier said than done, but
Right,
with
right.
support, with motivation, and with practice, we'll get it in no time.
Yeah,
And when I say
absolutely.
we, I mean we're doing this together.
Together. Absolutely. Absolutely.
As
Yeah.
a people, as moms, we're doing this
Yeah.
together.
Absolutely, absolutely. And something that you said that was powerful, which gives me this knowledge is when we go on the plane, they always say before you put on the person, whoever helping,
Right.
you got to put
Put
yourself
yours on
on
first.
first, and we don't take that serious enough because when we're not at our best, right, and we're not the moms or the wives that we need to be, we don't become better, we become bitter because now we're
Mhm.
exhausted. We're being tugged
Right.
here, there, and everywhere we can't
Left and
show.
right like an octopus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. And I know for myself, I think of my family, and I have three daughters, and everybody wants their share, and then a
Yeah.
husband on top of
Of
that,
you. Yeah.
right? And you got a business on that, if you got a husband, you know what I'm talking about, right? You be like, "Jeez, I don't even have time for my.
Exactly.
I need little something."
Exactly.
So
That's why I said, and that's why I definitely wanted to say, even if it's 5 to 10 minutes, just take that time. Take it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Take
Take
that
it.
time.
It makes a world of difference. And community, especially
Mhm.
as the kids get older, because they always know mommy is there. And so they're
Yes.
always going to go to mom first. Oh, mommy, whatever. And I sometimes used to
Mommy.
daughters,
Mhm.
yes, your dad, because he was just, you just passed.
My husband can be sitting right in the room, literally across the table from my children, and they will ask, "Mommy, God,
I
mommy."
went upstairs, downstairs. You came all the way upstairs. Now I'm in the
Mhm.
bathroom, by the way.
Yeah.
Who can agree with
Talking
that?
through the talking through the little crack in the
Yeah,
mommy,
yeah.
mommy.
Yeah. Can you or I've had this one. Well, if the door wasn't locked and come in the door and just be like, I did not know this was a community affair. Can I please use
It's
the
a
bathroom?
sometimes I go in the restroom, my daughter's in there, my dog is in there, the cat walks in. I'm like, okay, that's enough. Anything else comes in here, it is occupants, maximum
Yeah.
occupancy at this point. Literally.
Oh my gosh. Moms,
So
comment
I
below if
get
you can
it.
relate to
Okay,
this
moms, if
conversation.
you can relate, tell me how you can relate. We can't be the only moms with pets and kids in the bathroom. Can't be.
You're like, really? So this is what we're gonna
Oh
do now.
goodness.
I didn't know this was
Okay.
a community affair. This one little
That's
privacy.
hilarious.
Yeah, so I make sure when I have the ability to lock the door, I'm locking the door and I can hear.
Too bad. I'm sorry.
What is
I
it you
said,
need?
"Mommy's having time. What is it that right? What is it that you need?
What is it that you
Is it
need?
a necessity?
Right,
Right. Is it a
right.
necessity?"
So exactly, exactly. And then the other thing too, with those who are older and understand, communicate with them. Let them
Mhm.
know mommy needs a moment. So now that's
Yep.
what I say to mine. I said, mommy needs a moment because I'm heading down that street. Where I would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
okay.
no,
Right.
just bother me.
I'm almost to that point where I tell my kids, "This is how much I have left, guys." And then they walk away. They simply understand, "Mommy just needs a minute. This is how
Yeah,
much I have left.
yeah,
Just a
yeah, yeah.
second." But yes, but we love the kiddos.
Yeah,
We do.
definitely, definitely. They are our hearts. I mean, we do what we do because of
Mhm.
them, at the end of the day. So you talked about being having the ability to read labels quickly and whatever. So education about nutrition and healthy habits is essential, right?
Mhm.
Especially
Yep.
for children. We know the obesity rate is high and all that has happened. So how do you guide mothers in imparting these values and habits to their children, right, to ensure they grow up with a solid foundation for their own health?
Right. So this is very important. I encourage moms to do a few things when it comes to guiding their children to create this solid foundation because every child is different, you know.
Right.
So you'll more than likely go through a challenging phase when it comes to the transition. However, it gets easier, trust me. My son went through a really tough phase. My youngest, he's 12, but my youngest is 5, so it was a lot easier to get her into the wellness and
Right.
getting her eating
Mhm.
healthier and being able to monitor what she's eating.
Mhm. Mhm.
I did create a little list here, so I'm just gonna read it off a little
Okay.
bit. If you guys have
Ooh.
any questions, like I said, you guys can write comments below. So number one is to basically allow your children to help you grocery shop, so that they can pick out foods that they want to try or things that they may like. And I know that sounds like, sounds tough because kids just love to pick up anything in the grocery store if it's in a
Mhm.
box. But when I mean help grocery shop, I mean, try your local farmers market. That was also on my list, to number two, just try a farmers market and make sure you write down a list of fresh produce and fruits and vegetables and things that they can try. Number three, you can also check out new cookbooks and recipes in your free time. And like I said, people always say, well, I don't have time for that. Well, we have time to stroll on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. We have enough time to look up some ingredients and some recipes. We
That
definitely
point.
have enough time because if you notice, we spend a lot of, and these iPhones, they monitor how much time you spent on each app and
Mhm.
how long you spend on each app with screen time. So if we
Right.
just cut out 30 minutes of FaceTime or Facebook and 30 minutes of Instagram, that's a whole hour right there combined that you can go
Ooh.
to research. Because think about
Yes.
it, if we're scrolling on Facebook, we don't realize how long we're on there. You look down, it's 1 o'clock. You look back up, it's 3 o'clock. You're like, whoa, where did the time go? So in that time, you know what I mean? Instead of just start looking up different recipes and different ideas, and keep in mind that you also want to pick meals that share the same ingredients to prevent overbuying groceries. That was also an
Mm.
issue when I first started cooking and wanting to do new recipes. It was not having, well, I don't have this ingredient. Can I substitute it with this? Well, I don't have, well, now I got to go back to the store. It gets kind of confusing and it does get overwhelming and it discourages people from wanting to cook,
Okay.
and wanting to do the
Yes.
food prepping. So if
Yeah.
you pick meals that kind of have like 1 week, you'll do like a soup, or something, but those ingredients you can also put into maybe like a stir fry or something you can bake in the oven,
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
cooking it in different ways. Another thing would be to have children. I've seen this more often too lately where children are being able to assist to do cleaning and cooking in the kitchen, when the time
Yes.
permits.
Yeah, I
And
like that.
weekends are, usually best for most families where you do it on the weekends,
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Number 5. Now, this is a big one for me. Because I've had to do it with my son, and also I'm gonna give you guys an example. So you have to show and explain to your children the effects of unhealthy living and how they can prevent it from occurring. So for example, I brought home a bottle of soda for my son that he'd been begging me to buy. And I finally gave in after I've given him multiple explanations as to why he should not drink this particular drink. It's not
Mhm.
made for children. There are ingredients in it that are harmful to your body, and he's like, "But mom, I just want to try it," because sugar can be addicting. Sugar is more
Right.
addicting than any drug out there on the market or in the streets, and they've actually done a study where white sugar is actually more addictive than heroin.
Mhm.
And our children actually go through a mental and physical um detox when
Right.
they do not get certain amounts of sugar in their bodies on a daily
Mhm.
basis, you know? So what you can do is explain to them these are the effects of this unhealthy living. So he wanted I think it was either a Dr. Pepper or one of those new Prime drinks that they
Mhm.
came out.
Okay.
Um, and Prime is not for children.
Mhm.
Prime is not for children, I repeat.
Say that again.
Prime is not for children, those energy drinks and things like that are not for kids, the things and I see kids drinking a whole bottle of it when usually like one bottle is probably a serving size for two for their size, for their
Right.
body size,
Yeah. Yes.
so I did the Dr. Pepper, looked up the how many grams of sugar in there, and we actually weighed out how much sugar was in that one bottle of Dr.
Ooh.
Pepper, and when I
The good.
say he was stunned, he was like, "Mom, are you kidding me?" I said, "This is 56 grams of sugar. This is how much sugar, added sugars was put into your soda." And he could not believe it. So from that point forward, like he's really been monitoring how much he's drinking. He'll say, "Well, hey mom, can I get a Dr. Pepper? But today I'll just drink half, or I'll
Yeah.
drink a third of it."
Yeah.
I'll say, "Yeah, drink a third because sodas go flat. So make sure you tighten the cap and put it in the fridge and you can finish it up tomorrow, or
Yeah.
something like that."
Yeah.
We
That's
break it
good.
down so that he can
Mhm.
have it in moderation. And it's not all the time. Like I don't agree with drinking soda. My son wasn't permitted to drink sodas until after he was 5.
Mm.
And I see a lot of young kids and babies that drink soda, walk around with cans in their hands that, oh my God, and and to me, I'm just like, oh God, and I know people are like, oh, let them live, they're kids, but again, it depends on who it is. I don't
Right.
force I don't force it on anyone. I may say, oh, baby shouldn't be drinking soda, but if you want to do that, by all means, go ahead. However,
Mhm.
again, just understand the effects that it does have on the body.
Right. Right.
Another thing, so to continue, find creative ways, like I said before, to include fruits and vegetables in their foods. Try simple recipes first to start off so you don't get discouraged or bored. So, for example, I'd add minced zucchini or bell peppers, onions, and mushrooms into my dishes like tacos and spaghetti, and my kids can't even tell. They get all their veggies in one and they don't even realize that they're in there. I'm like, do you know you just ate squash and zucchini? And he's like, "What?" Like the other day I put flax seeds, you could put flax seeds in different foods and they won't be able to tell. I put in my daughter's oatmeal, she can't tell the difference. Like there's different little things that you can incorporate so that the children aren't able to tell. If they see the vegetable, then it's a vegetable, but if
Right.
they don't
Right.
see it, then it's amazing.
I love it. I love it. That's
It's
right.
amazing.
Yes.
All right, so then you have to I have on here also to start them young,
Mm.
but always remember it's never too late. It is
Mm.
never too late, but do your best to start them young. Also, it can be fun to allow them to help make a menu for the week at home. If you have multiple children, one can pick dinner for Monday and Tuesday, another one can pick for Wednesday and Thursday. Guys, order out on Friday, and on Sunday we'll cook together as a family. Saturday we'll figure it out, but have some sort of idea, even if it's not something on there for every day, which my family, we don't get it done every week like we
Yeah.
would like to. However, it gets done and we do our best to maintain it. Like I said, we're not perfect, but do your best.
Yeah.
Um, Also, ditch the picky eater attitudes. Have my baby don't eat that. My daughter doesn't like those type of foods. I'm like, okay, well, what you have to do, there are picky eaters. They don't like it. No, you may not like it. But
Yeah.
try what
Yeah.
you can do to encourage that would be to do taste testing games or one thing that I've done with my family is we create like a charcuterie board for family night and I'll put on there different things like my daughter likes black olives. I didn't even know she likes olives and she loves avocado now. Like we try all different types of things on the plate. And my son, he likes blackberries now. What else did I put on there? Something different that we try. I think I wrapped up some cucumbers or something like that, and they love it. My son doesn't like cucumbers, but I think I wrapped it in like turkey with some fresh mozzarella or something like that, and
Oh.
they enjoyed it. Yeah, they enjoyed it. And you can also wrap it in lettuce. So
Mhm.
again, there's different ways to, try to make different fun foods. And also my last thing here is to promote physical activities,
Mhm.
please. Less
Mhm.
screen time. Make exercise a part of you and your children's daily routines and rituals. Just like how you get up and wash your teeth and brush your teeth. I'm sorry, wash your face and brush your teeth every
Mhm.
morning make that a habitual routine to
Mhm.
always at least get in 30 minutes a day. Even like I said, if it's a walk in the neighborhood, even if you're right before bed. My son doesn't have time to go out. Sometimes he's running behind on all that homework from middle school. So I said, all right before bed, he's in there doing 20 sit-ups. He's doing 20 push-ups. I'm like, all right, boy, there we go.
Something.
Let's go with it. Yes.
Yes, yes,
And my
yes,
daughter every afternoon, "Mom, are we gonna go for our walk?" "Yes, we are. Come on, let's go for our walk." Even I
yeah,
went out, last weekend on Sunday, and I went out with family. I had a great time. I came home, I had some wine. I was like, "Listen, my baby going on her bike ride." She's like,
yes.
"Mom, please." She said we were going. We're gonna go on our bike ride. But even then, still being a busy mom, hanging out, networking, I'm trying to get, business and clients and
Yes.
marketing and still came home and still had to do mommy time because a mother's job is never done. So
Oh,
again, but once you change the people say, well, I'm going to be so tired. You won't be exhausted because again, once you get into those habits, you'll start feeling better. You'll have more energy. You'll start seeing the changes. And the way I do that is by making sure I document. Even if I'm just journaling
mm,
once a week, you can
mhm.
do journaling once a week on what the differences on how you feel, if you feel better, if you're waking up earlier, if you're falling asleep. Like I said, everybody's routine is different. So we also incorporate making sure you have some sort of um, notebook or something to keep down your notes on your progress.
Mm,
Mm,
mm. Wow, these are some awesome
man.
tips. Yeah, very, very awesome,
Thank
practical
you.
tips. They're nothing that is
Right.
far-fetched or is
Tactical.
impossible. Really just helping you to make things happen, right? And not
Mhm.
having any excuse because it's just like it's the little things, the quality time. I love what you said about the grocery shopping. Have them to go on the grocery shopping with you and choose creating a menu. That is something I'm gonna
Yes.
utilize as well. Cause I even said to my oldest the other day, I was just like, you can go online and find different things that you can do. So when it's your day for kitchen duty, because all my
Mhm.
girls has a day when it's their kitchen duty, we can make that thing that you chose, and I think it would be something fun.
Right.
And we can videotape it the whole 9 yards because they love all that, so it got
Exactly.
me excited. So just like what you just
Make
said,
it
getting them
fun.
involved. Yes, getting them
Making it
involved.
fun. And I
Yes.
know not, a lot of kids don't do really well at the grocery store. Cause I had a cousin tell me that. She's like, "Well, you take her," I was like, "Well,
She like,
you wanna pick up everything." I'm like, "I know, but even if you're in the store," like, for instance, for my daughter, she was the same way, very antsy. You have some kids that run around all over the place.
yeah.
You know what I did? Wrote my list, gave the list to my daughter, my son pushed the basket, and I do the walking, and that's we work as a team. What you do is you work. Don't
Uh,
stop touching that. Put that down.
yes.
It's not,
Yes.
that's usually what you hear. No, put
Yeah.
that down. Get back over here. But if
Mm-hmm.
you create a way to where they're able to do it as well and it's fun for them, like even my son and my daughter, sometimes they'll go, "Hey, Rain, go over there and catch that bag of chips." He'll just like toss it to her and then she'll toss it in the basket. But hey, whatever. It made it
Yeah.
fun. They
Yeah.
enjoy and we're getting it done. And we move
Mm-hmm.
quickly. And another thing, parents, I also want to mention for moms, this is also very important that I find very effective for myself. Set a timer when you are grocery shopping.
Mm.
Set a timer, okay? If you are super busy and you are, like I said, in the list and the timer combined, if you don't have the kids right now, like if you're running out really quick and you have to run in and run out, have that list, set a timer,
That is good.
grab what you can, you know what I mean? So that you can manage your time. Cause we often get, especially me, we get caught up on our BOGOs at Publix and then we see something that's gonna have a manufacturer's coupon. So now so if you do that, that'll give you a little extra time to kinda look around for
Mhm.
those extra things once you knock out your list in your time frame that was permitted. So, and then again, being able to get back home, get those 30 and again, the meals, once you prep them already, it takes what, 30, 40 minutes to get them
Right.
prepared and on the
Mhm.
table, done.
That makes sense. That makes
Mhm.
so much sense. Which is something I tell my clients too, as you said about setting the timer, where if we're just going into the store, right, and we are just going to pick up things and we don't have a list, or we're just like, well, I'm just shopping.
I'm
Well,
just
that's okay.
shopping.
It's going to happen. You're going to end up picking up things that you was not a part of the list, but you're just, strolling, taking your time. You see something, your eyes got fancy, it's on sale.
Yep.
The next thing you know, you're like, you have all these BOGOs in the cart, and you're just like, this is not what I came for. So you end up spending more.
You walk out with ingredients that you forgot the ones that you actually needed for the menu items. So again, yes, a list and item. People say, well, lists are for usually older people. I'm like, listen, a list will get you in and out.
In
It's
and out.
time effective and it's cost effective. And that's another thing, money. People complain about grocery shopping, eating healthy costs more money, and sometimes it does. However, this is what I tell my clients. You don't really have to worry about the prices of the foods, because once you start eating better, you'll start eating less, because you'll be, you know, you're not living to eat.
Oh,
You're not
say
living to
say
eat.
that.
You're eating to live. You're
That's
not living
right.
to eat. You're eating to live.
Say
Yes.
that again. That's
Right.
a that's a that's
Because
a mind shift right there.
that's definitely a shift. Definitely, food should not be the primary source. It's to help us and to nourish our bodies and to. But again, for instance, can't eat the amount of food that I used to eat like 4 or 5 years ago. I couldn't imagine trying to stuff all that. But before, I was like, oh God, this is so good. I was overindulging myself into it because I enjoyed it. But once I slowed down, now I can go out and eat all that stuff and not feel guilty about it the next day, because I know how to discipline my body. I know how to discipline what I'm putting into my body.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
then once you get yourself to the point where you and your children are all doing it together as a family, it becomes like it's natural. It's just
Yeah,
habit. It just comes like
yeah,
my
yeah.
kids sit down, I can give them a plate of food. So the way I started it, I would have to give them, okay, eat your vegetables first. All right, now you're gonna get your protein. All right, now you can eat your carb. We were gonna eat one thing at a time. Now I said it. I actually learned that from my aunt who became a vegetarian. That's how she taught her children to become vegetarians and try different foods. She would feed them one thing at a time. My kids now, when they sit, they know to eat their vegetables first
Mm,
without me even having to say anything. You know what I mean? Because they've already have it. It's natural to them now. It's
mhm.
a routine for them. In the mornings, they know they're supposed to eat their fruit before they touch anything else. Drink water and fruit before you do anything else.
Mhm,
Those are just
mhm.
little things that I put into but it's habit. And now I don't have to say anything. They automatically know. They wake up first thing in the morning, they drink their water, grab their fruit,
Yeah.
and then I'll be making breakfast while they're doing
Mhm,
that. Yeah.
mhm, mhm, mhm. Ooh, I tell you.
So it makes things flow a lot easier. It does.
Yeah.
It definitely
Mhm.
helps make things flow a lot easier.
Wow, that makes so much sense and so practical as well. As you
Right.
said, we always talk about time, but when you really evaluate what you're putting your time in, those things that are not really giving us value, or we're wasting time, then you realize you're getting your time back.
Right.
Get your health back, guys. You're gonna get your time back. Family time now is quality time
Yes,
because you're doing
exactly.
in this, in this journey. So I that is awesome. So which lead me to this question. Consistency and motivation can be major hurdles in wellness, with any wellness journey for that matter. So, how do you help moms stay motivated in their own wellness goals while simultaneously motivating their children to adopt healthier habits? Which you kind of said some already, but let's
Hmm.
go
Yep.
ahead and dive deep for us. What you got for us?
Right. So just to summarize and just to, bring everything together. So maintaining these healthy habits can be challenging. But like we said before, it's all about making sure that you discipline the mind and making sure that we make time for those changes that we desire. So I help busy moms stay motivated by always having that open line of communication to ask questions and to come to me and ask me for advice. Like if you're in the middle of the grocery store, I have some clients that are on I had a client that was on a monthly 3 month program, and she would call me every time she went to the grocery store. Oh God, I'm in this aisle. Should I pick this one or that one? Or should I get this or should I get that? Well,
Yeah,
what if
yeah.
I eat this one and I can't eat that one? And I'm like, okay. So I would literally walk her through it. But again, that was a service provided to always provide that support.
Okay. Mhm.
We provide provide additional coaching support to the children as well. They are welcome to the stretching and flexibility classes that promote adopting healthier habits, and it can also give mom a break. Because I'm going to start doing children's classes soon, where mom can get a break to kind of that'll be your hour for your time to refocus and get realigned. While the children are, trying to work out and keep healthy and having a good time at the same time, because our children are a reflection of us.
Right.
Okay, so like
Mhm.
I said, we take care of our temples and we're able to take care of theirs. And as parents, it's our responsibility. So during this journey, we're going to give ourselves more grace and continue to self motivate and to push through. Like that old saying, if you fall, you pick yourself back up and you try again.
Yeah.
I always want to, just to remind moms, stay positive the best way that you can and remember your motivating factors. Remember what it is that's motivating you to want to do better and to push better. For me, it was my family having diabetes and having high blood pressure. My mom had 2 strokes, just a little family history with our health. And I didn't want that for myself, so I
Mhm.
took another route to say, okay, this is going to be my motivating factor. And it took me a couple years to finally say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So not saying you're going to turn over that new leaf tomorrow. However, understand that you can turn over that new leaf anytime you decide, you know,
Good.
anytime you decide. Every minute of the day is an opportunity to start over. So as I told Miss Melanie before, I love to tell people if you have to reset, refocus, and realign. That is how you are able to maintain your sanity,
Mhm.
and the consistency on this journey in order to keep going because the benefits are amazing. I literally didn't even plan to drop as much weight as I did and tone my body as much as I did just from the 30 minutes of walk. I didn't even do all that boot camp and I tried it here and there, but it wasn't something where I was diving head
Yeah.
into,
Yeah. Yeah.
so long as you have that team that's going to be there to support you and say, all right, let's keep pushing. That's me. Let's keep going. You got this. Eat that bag of chips today, girl, but
Yeah.
tomorrow we eating apples.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. Well, gosh,
Yeah,
Coach Amari, this has been truly so impactful and just so practical. I love how you just make it so easy, and not have to feel like, oh gosh, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. You start with where you are and you just watch what happens in the process. You said you didn't do a whole lot, right? You really changed your lifestyle and you like, I'm surprised how much weight I dropped. And I can say this because I experienced that I didn't realize that a lot of times people have the solution that if I exercise, I do all this, I'm going to lose this weight. And it's just like, no, it's your eating.
oh, it's your
It's,
eating. Yep,
that's really the big
it's
part.
how
That's
you
like
eat.
70. Yeah, yeah, for sure. So that's like 70% of it. The exercising is the 30%, to be honest with you.
30%.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So I love how you said that
Yes,
as well. So we're definitely going to have her back on a more regular basis because we want to have a prosperous life. And I always talk about prosperity because prosperity is not just
definitely.
about money, guys. It's spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, the total man. And once you get yourself in the position of showing up for yourselves and your family right and tight, right? Being mindful of taking care of your temple. She talked about that, right? You're taking care of your temple because you want to be proactive instead of reactive. Reactive is when you have to go to
Yes.
the doctor. They give you this buttload of medication for one thing,
Medications. Don't
and
even
then
know what it is.
what is you're putting in the system, knowing that our bodies have the ability to heal itself. On top of
Right.
it, right? There's you can
Yep.
go in your backyard. You can say
Natural herbs, yeah,
yes.
definitely. We use aloe a lot. We have our little garden and we use lots of
Mm-hmm,
our herbs and oregano and basil and make
mm-hmm,
fresh peppermint teas and there's tons of things out there that we could do where we don't have to go out and circulate thousands of dollars for our health, just
mm,
monitor it now so then later on we don't have to worry about all those farmers. Let's put those pharmaceutical companies
Out of
on a
business.
back burner for a
Yeah,
little
for
bit.
sure.
Yeah,
For
certain,
sure.
because there's certain medications that people need. Yes, I
Yeah,
understand that.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
completely
yeah, yeah.
against
For sure.
medications
Yeah,
whatsoever
yeah.
because
I
I work
agree.
in the medical field as
Hmm.
well.
Hmm.
However, not everything requires a pill or, and a lot of times people want to run to do weight loss through pills or through surgery, and I get it. It's the easy and quick fix. However, it still doesn't change the lifestyle that you currently have. If you won't be able to maintain that beautiful body if you don't eat like you're supposed to.
Hmm. Hmm. And
Yeah.
I'm sure we can all think of people who've done the surgeries or those things and end up putting on more weight,
More weight
right?
afterwards.
Because they never
Yes,
got the
exactly.
mindset.
And because the certain surgeries, because I guess because of the way the stomach, when they do the stomach clamp, I guess the fat disperses in other areas of the
Hmm.
body. I believe,
Mm,
don't quote me on it though, but
mm,
they
mm.
do tend to gain a lot more weight afterwards because again, it's about changing the habits. I've been able to maintain, so my highest weight was 240 pounds, and I've been
Mhm,
able to maintain my weight for the last 4.5 years now, 4
mhm,
years now, I believe.
mhm.
And I'm
Mm.
160, and I'm 160 pounds. So,
Wow.
and I'm 5'8". So, like I said, so we can do it.
Wow.
Anybody can do it. And
Yeah.
even with your busy time and schedule, it is possible. Like it may take you a little longer,
Yeah.
but it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm.
Yes,
Wow, guys.
ma'am. But
So
this was so great. Had a
this was
great time. This
absolutely
was
great.
awesome. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I hope
You
you guys
are.
had a good time.
Make sure
You
you put
guys
it. I
learned
know
a
you
lot.
did. I know you all did have a great time with some great information. I'm definitely going to put her information in the chat so you can get in contact with her and connect with her as well. Very, very easy to talk to, very supportive in your journey, in your wellness journey. So you want to make sure this amazing mom, right? This fellow mompreneur on top of that. All right. So she totally understands every aspect of this journey
Every
of motherhood.
aspect.
So with that being said, thanks guys for tuning into Mommy Making Money Moves. Right. Make sure you go
Ooh.
ahead. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe, comment, share, right? Because sharing is caring. And one thing, like I always say, is that whatever you do, don't give up on you. Don't give up on you. And remember to pray, plan, and believe because God is still in the business of doing miracles. Can't wait for you to connect in the next episode. Bye for now.